for many people, you are primarily the iconic voice for the Honest Trailer series. Actually, both of them. And that is a little bit, I never dared to ask you, so I'm going to ask you on the show. Which one came first? Honest Trailers and Screenjunkies or Honest Game Trailers and Smosh? And how did you get to do both? Were they friends? Were they... Who copied the idea of who? How did all that came about? It was legendary, right? It was sensational.
So
I guess
Honest Movie Trailers came first. They had already recorded, I think, about 12 of them, and the original voice had gotten called back into active military service. They found me over Google. It was a video that I had made doing different movie trailers. I had done 5 different genres of movie trailers in the same I wrote out a trailer that had a different section. Had one section was horror, one section was like family friendly, one section was a romantic comedy. So that way I could do a full range of movie trailer voices, because there's a lot of different genres of movie trailer voices. There's a romantic comedy voice, then there's the action voice, then there's the family friendly voice. I mean, there's like a whole, there's like a dozen of them.
I think I've seen the video of yours.
Maybe, yeah. So my first manager saw that, and by the time that Screenjunkies had found it, I had already been booking a lot of trailers, and I had added my information to the caption that took you to my website. And my early website looked a lot like Netflix. Just a ton of thumbnails of trailers that I had done. And if I had found the trailer online, you could click on the thumbnail and a YouTube video would pop up. And they're like, "Oh, we found you. And you're a real movie trailer guy. That's awesome. Like, would you be interested in working with our stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I checked it out. I was like, "This stuff's pretty funny." But initially I didn't. The first one I did was Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. No, it was Lord of the Rings. And the biggest negative comment we got was, "It sounds too much like a real movie trailer." And that's all I'd done before that. And I was like, "Oh, I get it. You guys want me to make fun of myself and my own job and make it sound like a fake movie trailer. I get it now." So we did that for a while. And I remember telling the creator, like, "You should be doing honest game trailers, because most of these games are so cinematic. You could just cut together stuff from the video game footage and make a new video out of it and talk about how bad or good the game is or whatever." No, we don't really have an audience for that. But they found an audience eventually. By the way, I never got credit for that. So you're welcome, Screenjunkies. But Fi Media at the time owned about 30 different channels, including Smosh and Smosh Games. So it was all in the same family. So they all knew each other. It was all like, "Oh, we may not be able to put that because we're primarily about TV and movies, but we have a place to put game stuff." So they put honest game trailers over there.
And Smosh was a pretty good place to put.
Yeah, Smosh was pretty big at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually how. That's how, as a gaming fan and a gamer and a gaming industry insider, I found out about you. It's through the organized game trailers. It was a sensation over work in all offices and studios around the world, France, Spain. We were passing it around like.
That's awesome to hear. I've never heard that before. So.
You were making so much fun, and so well. Everything was great about it. Your voice. The writing, the editing, it was, I guess, a wonderful team experience as well. I'm sure you guys had fun around work.
It was honestly, it was more fun to do honest game trailers because it was a little more relaxed, and I see why, because they had a much bigger audience with the honest movie trailers. So they had to be very specific and very particular. They let me improvise and have a lot more fun with honest game trailers, which is why I kind of liked it a little bit more. And eventually, the honest movie trailers, they started giving me, a little bit more freedom to like mess around and stuff. I'd come up with some funny lines, and sometimes my stuff would end up in the final thing. So it was really kind of a teamwork effort thing. But I was the voice of all the honest game trailers up until 2019, and they decided they were going to recast with other voices after they change up in the companies that own them. And unfortunately, because
channel now, right? It's a fandom.
Yeah, fandom owns both of them now. So I mean, they're still together under one umbrella, but it took a while before they brought me back. So